The phone rang. The young man got the wrong number. But he really liked the voice of the woman who picked up the phone, trying to make a date, and she told him, "Come on, don't you like me?" He defends. As a result, they scored the arrow the square. The young man stands with flowers, waits for an hour, another darkens, the people. He walks away, sees a wheelchair, and there's a girl in it. He's with her. "It's you, Marina." She responds by whimpering, "I told you wouldn't like me." He put the saints in the stroller and dragged the setting. There he took her out of the stroller, hung her by the scruff on a nail, did his cherished deed, took her off the nail and put her back. She starts crying. He tells her, "What are you talking about? She's hot. You're my first." "Not happening. The first." "Who took it off?" "I bet my neighbor was making moonshine again this week." Says one owner to another, "Why did you decide that?" "His rabbits have stuffed my dog's face again." "Your friends haven't seen each other for a long time. I spent 10 years on a desert island." "How did you live there?" "He rented boats and catamarans." While riding through the middle of one garden, a Jew saw a branch with a ripe peach hanging over the fence. Without thinking twice, the Jew grabbed a branch and pulled it towards him. But the donkey continued to run along the road, and the Jew flew in the air. The owner of the garden heard a suspicious noise, ran outside, and exclaimed, "I've got a thief." "I am not a thief," the Jew replied with dignity. "Then what are you doing here?" "Can't you see? I calmly rode my mouse, and your protruding branch knocked me down. So now pay for my sick leave." At the factory, a worker is interviewed for an anti-alcohol program. "After Instagram vodka, you would be able to work as well as you do now." "Well, yes, I could. And after 200 I could, but after 500, well, I'm still working." Riken, "Yesterday my mother tells me that our relationship has no future." And who has it? Do you even watch the news?" She calmed down. This story was told by my neighbor. There's trouble at their cottage. The rats and mice have become insolent almost in the Assumption way. They don't mess with spoons, but they sit down at the table. To solve the problem, his family decided to get a cat. They started it. Only the cat turned out to be not quite ordinary. He's not like a rat. He's scared to his knees of mice, but don't throw it away. A living being, not some kind of furniture. That's how they live. The neighbor doesn't chase mice, but the cat is afraid of them. Valera's neighbor recently went to the country, took a bottle of vodka with him, came, and if you drink a few, you'll give some small women around. Drinking alone is the first way to alcoholism. So Valerai decided to involve the cat in the case. I poured him a glass of valerian and a glass of vodka for myself. We sat down together. He sucks a bottle and bites it. The cat drinks a glass, rolls around on the floor for a while, then stands up, grins and goes to shit. Where the rats built their own shelters. Can't you imagine? He opened the door almost with a kick of his paw. Valera tells us. The second cat broke in. After a while, he falls out there with a stuffy rat in his mouth. I left the porch rat and went to sleep in the attic. In the morning, the neighbor woke up before the cat and went out on the wing to smoke. Cattle fell out next. Hazy pulling himself up, and then the cat saw the rat he had killed in the evening. Valerie couldn't put the cat's hysteria into words. He barely calmed me down. "Honey, let's fly to warmer climes in the summer." "Dear, in order to do this, we have 2 options. Either I get a second job, or you get a first one." "Oh, I have a third option. I'll fly alone, and you don't have to look for a second job." There are 3 people standing at the bus stop. He was wearing a light coat and a hat. The other is wearing boots and a winter coat, and the third one is wearing a sheepskin coat, but boots on his feet. The one in the jungle is waving his arms and stamping his feet. "Well, it's freezing. Hail from 40. 40 is not 40, says the one with the boots, and it will be 25, the man in the trunk. Which one is it? My whole back is already wet. It's not good to leave the house in this heat. The husband stayed with his mistress and comes home very late. Wife, where have you been? Why is it so late? Yes, here. And were you late at the party meeting again? Oh, yes, of course. Why does your perfume smell like someone else's? What's his name? Were there only women sitting next to each other at the meeting? Well, yes, of course, dear. Whose hair is that on your suit? And a fashion trail around your neck? Yes, I am. Was there a crush on the bus when I was coming back? Oh, yes, I will. Well, go to bed, dear, my husband is undressing. Wait a minute. Why are you wearing women's underwear? Masha, you're a smart woman. Well, think of something. One man asked for a rope for an appendee. Epandi said the rope was busy. The women had hung the flower on it. Does he hang moo on a rope? This had never happened, the man said, and then the appendee told him. I know what doesn't work. Well, isn't it clear from my answer that I don't want to give you ropes? A girl knows what laughter is. This is the second best way to put a girl in a bunk. What's the first one? A fist bump on the heels. Huh. You're funny. Reasonable choices. The girl waves her lips to the guy, gently fingering, examining, admiring, sometimes sighing. Honey, what are you thinking about? Just remembering my own. A resident of a remote highland village meets a friend from an autumn, no less seedy. How are you? Okay, but there's a new bird. You shoot her 5 times until the man lets go. The Delta plan is called. Is the girl interested in the frame? Oh Brahma, aren't you a construction worker by any chance? No, I didn't do it by accident. I am not a builder in principle. The electron is braked for speeding. The policeman comes up to the car and says, Sir, do you know how fast you were moving? No. And where am I anyway? Hey, Haim, do you change your shirt often? Not the sambands again. Do I squeeze Eisenbaum? Such a rich merchant. He's, I think, twice a week. And Rothschild? Well, Rothschild can afford to change shirts every day. And our emperor? I think they carry a car like this behind the imperator. A veteran of the Irish Republican Army tells his son about the past. After the raid on the British column, we retreated for 3 days. We had run out of fun and all the whiskey was gone, so we were thirsty. Was there no water? It wasn't a whining son. His new friends came to visit the Petrov family, who immediately pulled out the family album and began to show it. This is our car when it was 2 years old. In this picture, he's almost 3. As the wise Aunt Afira used to say, in order to get children on their feet, you need to take them off your neck. After the shipwreck of the Brezhnev's Petrel, I felt like I was on an unknown island. After a year of searching, they finally found it. But after entering the island, the sailors were not perplexed for a long time. Why did the Axis build 3 huts on the island? Of course, they asked him directly. Leonid Ilyich, why did we build 3 huts on the island? What did Brezhnev answer? This is my home alone. The second is the edit, and the third is the right, which I ignore. There are 3 main reasons that interfere with deep, healthy sleep. The first is a bright light. The second, uncomfortable position. The third is noisy colleagues. How much do you allow yourself to drink per day? Sukarizny asks the patient's doctor. 4 bottles of beer. But I've only allowed you 2. Yes, but the therapist who saw me before you also allowed 2. To the Werland family tomorrow. Dad, can I go do my homework? Son, it's not good to be rude to a father. Finish your morning whiskey first. Gorbachev boarders, wakes up the next day. My wife is not around. There are no souls going out. There is no soul in Koremla. There is emptiness all around. Suddenly the phone rings. Mikhail Sergeyevich, how are you? It bothers a lot of people. Igor Kuzmik, dear, what happened? I told you, Mikhail Sergeyevich, you can't open borders. Everyone left, the whole union. Oh, that's right. So we're the only ones left. Why are we with you? I'm calling Sweden too. 2 photographers meet. I'm a dentist now. Why did you buy a car? The KGB general is being informed about the deployment of our intelligence agent. The operation was successful. Apart from a small, incomprehensible detail, please report in detail. The agent started cooking a year ago. According to legend, the young man received an inheritance in the United States. $500,000 were transferred there, through a Swiss bank. The agent is a few months old, as is customary. He sought permission to leave so as not to arouse suspicion, as he was always standing in queues outside, collecting certificates, was expelled from the Komsomol, finally received a visa, and just sat down. A month after my ticket, I flew to the USA yesterday. And what is this incomprehensible detail?